Here.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
And happy Sunday, everyone. This is Sunday. It's our day that we rest. By the way, this is Mike Lodge, and I am the business advisor. But today we're going to talk about Sunday. We're going to talk about, the past week and how we can plan for 2023. Got up this morning, made my coffee, did my journaling, took my dog out, and then it started raining. So I did it all at the right time. Listen, over the past week, we have faced our first week of 2023. I don't know how it went for you, but it was really kind of frustrating for me because of the politics of everything, electing a speaker. But I sat down this morning, I was doing my journaling, and one of the things that I saw, which I'm going to apply to my life, and I wrote it down, is how to plan, setting my plans for 2023. And there was a really good list. Dave Ramsey put out a list, and basically I'm going to follow that because it's right on cue of what I need in my life. I'm going to talk just a little bit about what setting his goals for 2023 and what I'm doing for 2023. And I think that we all should probably do this. And so he set 7 goals for 2023. Well, we've set 7 goals for 2023. The first one is spiritual. Now, a lot of you say, Mike, why do you talk about spirituality in business? Well, because it is the foundation of us making good decisions. Being ethical, being moral, how we treat others, and how we treat ourselves spiritually. And when you grow spiritually, you become stronger. You become more focused. You become more self-assured because you've got a presence of God in your life. And every single business owner should really think about the spirituality of how he's making his decisions. The second one was financial. Now, we are all living in this world right now where inflation and recession is killing us. We are living every single day. Every time we go to a grocery store or fill up our car, it's costing us money. It's costing us frustration. And it's costing a lot of us financial stress. To be good stewards of our money, one, we don't go into debt. And a lot of us are out there going into debt with our credit cards because that's all that you have at the moment because inflation has eaten up everything that you're earning through your wages. So we have to think about how we're going to manage this financially. Well, one thing, we put it in God's hands and we say spiritually to God, please help me make good decisions in our spending. And we sit down and we do some planning, we do some budgeting for our spending and our financial. How can we eliminate some stressful expenses in our lives? And there's a lot of them out there, but we're just not looking at them. Sometimes we have to go without in order to plan for the future. So financial is number 2. And number 3 is career. How are we going to advance our careers? And one of the very best ways is through our own personal educational process. And that's one of the things I'm working on this year is always get a lesson of some kind every single week that I can work on. LinkedIn has a whole bunch of them out there that are free if you go out there and look at them. There's a lot of them on Umi and all these other outlets you can use to strengthen your career knowledge and to become more professional in our careers, become more ethical in our careers, become good managers and good leaders. Number 4 was intellectual. Now, I should probably left the educational part in intellectual, but intellectual also covers your spiritual needs. What are you reading to enhance your spiritual needs? What are you reading to enhance your business needs? What are you reading to enhance your historical needs? Because a lot of you don't know the history of what's gone on in this country. Your children are not being taught history. So intellectually, we have got to get more in tune of what we need intellectually. Number 5, and I hate this one the most, fitness. Now, I have tried to get out there and walk and walk and walk. And I know that I'm experiencing at the moment some health issues, especially with just having COVID and everything in November. I'm still trying to recover from that. But I've got to get out there and I've got to do my fitness plan every single day. Once a week. It can't be just that. It has to be every single day. So luckily for me, Skippy and I, my dog, we're walking every single day. And we're going to keep on doing that. We started that January 1st. And so fitness. I know it's so hard to think about fitness because it takes a special motivation. So I'm going to look for some walking partners, or I'm going to look for some other type of hiking partners that will walk along with me. Because I can't do it alone. I'm going to admit that when it comes to fitness, even though I'm strong and even though I walk many miles, I need to do better. I have got to do better. Then the number 6 was family. Now, family is important to all of us. And a lot of our families are having some special needs at the moment. They're having some financial needs. They're having some healthcare needs. They're having spiritual needs. There's all kinds of needs that you know that your family members are having. This is a time that we sit down and we pray for them constantly, every single day. We talk to them, we encourage them, we give them guidance and everything. That is the most important part of our jobs as a family. Now, I have no family. Everyone's gone. So I count a lot of my friends as family. And I know what their needs are, and I pray for them every single day. And I put it into my journal every day of what I need to do for these individuals prayerfully. Family is so important, isn't it? I miss family. I miss the buzz and the joy and the laughing and the fighting and the arguing and everything else that goes along with family. Right now it's just me and Skippy doesn't hold a debate very well. He's worthless at that. He can't even help me make the bed. But he's part of my family. Then number 7 is social. Now, I will admit that since COVID and the pandemic, my social life has gone. I no longer go out and spend time with friends. I no longer go out and meet new people. I don't get involved in the social things that go on in my community. And I've got to correct that. I have got to become more social. And I have got to go out there and start listening to what's going on in my community. And what are the needs of my community? You know, to make a change, you've got to start with your community, your neighborhood, your local schools, your local churches. That's the other issue, is that since I've been in South Carolina, I've been here 1 year now, I have not made a church home. Now, a church home is where you have a lot of social interaction. It's the most healthy kind, because you're all going to church for one reason, and that is to better yourself with God, with God's knowledge. And to be with like-kind believers. So I haven't gone out and made that choice of church that I want to go to yet, and I need to do that. And that's my goal for this year, is to find a church that feels like home, that feels like family, that I can get involved with. There are so many churches that have all of these outreach programs that are so important to the communities. They have outreach programs for tutoring children. They have outreach programs for feeding those that need food. There are outreach programs to providing blankets and coats and everything else to people who need it. And there's a lot of need. I was reading a study 2 years ago, and it's still in effect today. It was from the University of Chicago, and it said that there are 700,000 homeless American children on the streets today. Now, that's hard to believe, right? That's hard to even imagine in my mind that there would be that many homeless children out there. But that's what, when you get involved with your church and your local organizations, and you become social with them, you become a part of that community, and you have to look out for those people, those children that need your special help. So I think that with all of these 7 items that I just listed, it's very important that we step up. And the number one, remember, was spirituality. That's something I need to work on. That's something that I've got to focus on in my life. It's the spiritual needs. Because if you get too involved in everything else out there in the world, everything out there in politics and everything, you see all of this corruption and everything else, it can damage your spirituality. It can draw you away from that spiritual because you're so involved in an unethical part of life of politics that can literally destroy you, that can literally engulf your life, that can make you hate. And I'm telling you right now, the devil loves you out there hating. He wants you to hate. He wants you to call other people names. And every time that people become woke and they get involved in politics within the office or their church or everything else, you have corrupted that place, that safe place. Churches should not be woke because that's God's place. It is not politics. Politics is of the devil. I'm telling you right now because it's evil, it's unethical. When you have to lie for a profession, that is an unethical profession. So you can't allow it in your churches. You can't allow it in your schools. You can't allow it in your homes. You cannot allow it in your workplace. Because wokeness creates conflict. And that's exactly what the devil wants, is more conflict. So on this Sunday, think about the 7 things. Let's go over them one more time before my time is up here. Number 1, spiritual. Number 2, financial. Number 3, career. Number 4, intellectual. Number 5, fitness. Number 6, family. Number 7, social. 7 basic goals for 2023. Now, you might not have sat down and planned out your 2023 year, but do it. And use the 7 goals that we've outlined. Add on to it if you want to. Don't make it too long, because if you make it too long, then it makes it almost impossible to accomplish. So I hope that each and every single one of you has a Sunday that you can remember. If you need to kneel down, if you need to pray, if you need to ask a friend out for a cup of coffee, if you need to take your wife or husband out just to make them smile, do it. That's what Sundays are about. And if you need to sit down and write down your goals, get out your journal and write them down. May God bless every single one of you. I'll talk with you soon. Love you a lot. Bye-bye.